If America shattered into 50 separate countries tomorrow and a superpower came knocking, which states could actually fight back? Not just survive for a week, but genuinely hold the line. Today, we're ranking the 10 states that give that impossible question a real answer. And spoiler, number 1 isn't Texas. It's not California either. Let's get into it.
Number 10, Washington State. Score 38 out of 50. Washington punches well above its weight militarily. Joint Base Lewis McChord is one of the most powerful combined Army-Air Force installations in the country. Kitsap Naval Base quietly houses nuclear submarines, serious strategic leverage. And Boeing? They're not just building commercial jets here. Fighter aircraft and military hardware roll out of Washington factories regularly. The economy backs it up too, over $600 billion GDP, anchored by Microsoft, Amazon, and Boeing. The Grand Coulee Dam, one of the largest hydroelectric facilities in the world, powers millions of homes and industries. The geography works in its favor as well. The Pacific Ocean shields the west, the Cascade Mountains carve a natural defensive spine down the middle of the state. The one real weakness? Washington produces zero oil. Fuel would have to come from somewhere else, and in a war, that's a serious vulnerability. Washington can feed itself, wheat, apples, potatoes, dairy, fishing, but it can't fuel itself. That dependency is what keeps it at number 10.
Number 9, Pennsylvania, and score 39 out of 50. Pennsylvania doesn't get enough credit. Multiple major military installations, a substantial National Guard, defense contractors scattered across the state, and a Navy shipyard in Philadelphia. This isn't a lightweight. The economy is massive, over $800 billion GDP, with heavy industry still deeply embedded in the state's DNA. Steel, manufacturing, defense production. Pennsylvania can actually build things needed for war, not just fund them. Energy? Pennsylvania is one of America's largest natural gas producers. Coal reserves run deep. Nuclear power plants provide steady baseline electricity. This state can keep its lights on and its factories running. The Appalachian Mountains provide natural defensive terrain. Rivers offer both transport corridors and geographic barriers. Pennsylvania's industrial backbone means it could sustain a war effort far longer than most people would expect.
Number 8, Ohio, and score 39 out of 50. Wright-Patterson Air Force Base isn't just a base, it handles critical military logistics and research for the entire country. Pair that with defense contractors embedded throughout the state, and Ohio has serious military infrastructure. GDP over $700 billion, but what really matters here is what Ohio makes: steel, automotive, manufacturing. This is America's industrial heartland, and that matters enormously in wartime. Ohio could theoretically produce military equipment from scratch. Food security, completely covered. Corn, soybeans, dairy, livestock. Ohio feeds itself with room to spare. Lake Erie provides a natural northern barrier. The state's central position means any invader faces serious logistical challenges reaching it. Ohio's combination of industrial output, food independence, and defensible position makes it a surprisingly dangerous opponent. Number 7, North Carolina, and score 40 out of 50. Fort Liberty, formerly Fort Bragg, is the most populous military base in the entire United States. Thousands of elite soldiers are already stationed there. Add Air Force installations scattered across the state, and North Carolina has a genuine standing army before anyone else mobilizes. The economy has evolved fast, over $600 billion GDP, with a rapidly growing tech sector alongside traditional industries. Food production is solid. Pork, poultry, tobacco, and crops provide meaningful self-sufficiency. Here's what makes North Carolina particularly difficult to invade. Geography attacks from two directions. The Atlantic Ocean guards the east, the Appalachian Mountains wall off the west. Any ground invasion has to squeeze through a narrowing corridor, exactly the kind of terrain that favors defenders.
Number 6, Virginia, score 39 out of 50. Virginia hosts the Pentagon. Let that sink in. America's entire military command infrastructure, the brain of every war the US has ever planned, sits in Virginia. Norfolk Naval Station is the largest naval base on the planet. Langley Air Force Base and Quantico Marine Corps Base add layers on top of that. If any state knows how to fight a war, it's Virginia.
The institutional knowledge and command experience concentrated here is unmatched. GDP over $550 billion, heavily fueled by defense contracts. The economy and the military are deeply intertwined. Chesapeake Bay fragments the geography in ways that make a coordinated invasion genuinely complex. Virginia's weakness is resources, limited oil, limited large-scale agriculture, but in terms of military brainpower and command capability, unrivaled.
Number 5, Alaska. Score 41 out of 50. Alaska's GDP is around $55 billion, the smallest on this list by far. By normal metrics, it shouldn't be here. But Alaska doesn't play by normal rules. Massive oil production, enormous natural gas reserves, Alaska can fuel every vehicle, every generator, every military asset it has, indefinitely. Complete energy independence is a strategic advantage that almost no other state can match. The fishing industry is world-class. Food supply is the real vulnerability. Most groceries are imported, but fish provides a meaningful baseline. And then there's the geography. Alaska is larger than Texas, California, and Montana combined. Brutal winters, remote terrain, strategic depth so vast that conquering it would be a logistical nightmare for any military on Earth. Joint Base Elmdorf-Richardson and Fort Wainwright give it real defensive teeth. Feeding the population in a prolonged war would be the real challenge, but conquering Alaska? Nearly impossible.
Number 4, Florida, and score 42 out of 50. MacDill Air Force Base, Naval Air Station Jacksonville, Patrick Space Force Base, Cape Canaveral. Florida's military footprint is enormous, and its space and aerospace infrastructure adds a dimension most states simply don't have. GDP over $1.2 trillion, the fourth largest economy in the country. Florida has the financial muscle to sustain a serious war effort. Agriculture covers citrus, vegetables, and sugar. Not complete food independence, but meaningful production. The decisive advantage is shape. Florida is a peninsula, water on 3 sides. Any invading force is funneled into a narrow land corridor from the north, and they'd be doing it while facing a massive, well-funded military establishment. That's an extremely difficult tactical problem. Florida's economy and defensive geography make it one of the harder states to bring down quickly. Number 3, California, and score 47 out of 50. Marine bases, naval bases in San Diego, Edwards Air Force Base, a national guard that rivals the standing armies of many countries, defense contractors in every major city. California's military infrastructure is staggering. Then there's the economy, nearly $4 trillion GDP. That's larger than the entire economies of France, the UK, or India. California alone would rank as one of the top 5 economies on the planet. Food? California is America's farm. Vegetables, fruits, nuts, dairy, wine, the state feeds the entire country and exports globally. Absolute food independence, with surplus. The Pacific Ocean walls off the West completely. The Sierra Nevada mountain range creates a formidable eastern barrier. Natural fortifications in every direction. California could genuinely go toe-to-toe with mid-tier world powers based on economic and military strength alone. The $47 score reflects that reality. Number 2, Texas, and score 48 out of 50. Fort Cavazos, formerly Fort Hood, is one of the largest military installations in the world. Fort Bliss, multiple Air Force bases, Naval Air Station Corpus Christi, defense industry woven into the state's economy at every level. GDP over $2 trillion, second largest economy in America. Energy independence? Complete. Texas is the single largest oil producer in the United States. Massive natural gas reserves, wind farms generating more power than most countries, solar capacity growing fast. Texas doesn't need anyone else's energy, ever. Agriculture covers cattle, cotton, grain, and vegetables in abundance. The state feeds itself. The sheer size of Texas creates strategic depth that makes full occupation nearly impossible. The Gulf Coast provides ocean access and another defensive flank. Texas is the closest thing to a fully self-sufficient nation-state within America's borders. That earns it second place. And the truth? There is no number 1. Here's the real answer. No state could fight a major war alone. Not for long. Even California and Texas, with all their strength, would eventually break down. Modern warfare doesn't run on patriotism, it runs on supply chains, and no single state can build one complete enough to survive total isolation. California makes world-class technology, but needs rare earth metals from overseas. Texas has oil, but needs precision manufacturing components from dozens of other states and countries. Alaska has energy, but imports most of its food. Every state, without exception, depends on others for parts, materials, and the intricate networks that keep modern militaries functioning. A state might hold out for months, maybe a year, but without spare parts, equipment breaks. Without ammunition resupply, weapons go silent. Without reinforcements, lines collapse. This is a hypothetical strategic analysis, not a political statement. We're examining geographic and economic factors, not advocating for independence. Because here's the actual truth about American power. It was never about any single state. It's about 50 states, integrated supply chains, coordinated military operations, and a unified industrial base. That combination is what makes the United States genuinely formidable on the world stage. Alone, even the strongest states eventually fall. Together, they're unstoppable. If you found this interesting, subscribe. There's more where this came from.